The queens all enter the workroom, once again congratulating Lorantis on her third win and Judy on winning the lip sync. Daisy immediately follows up by telling Judy that she needs to check herself before she wrecks herself, and that she apologizes for yelling at her in Untucked. Judy says that she's not ready to forgive Daisy just yet, and Daisy bites her tongue, looking away from her.
It's a new day in the workroom, and after I lost my temper last week in Untucked, I've had plenty of time to reflect on what I said and how I treated Judy, and, even though she can be a nightmare to deal with, that still doesn't make it okay. It seems like she didn't have anything weighing on her conscience, though, since she had absolutely nothing to say to me.
The queens speculate on just how far the field is going to get cut down, wondering if it's going to be a top 5 or a top 4, but Judy hopes that it'll be a top 3, and that she needs a bit more time to get a win or two under her belt to stand out amongst the crowd. Lorantis wishes Judy the best of luck, but Judy simply scoffs at her comment.
Judy has been taking out her frustrations on me for a long time in this competition, and I don't understand why she feels such a need to put me down. It's gotten worse with every week that's passed, and I feel like she's been continuing to get more and more bitter as I've racked up the wins. I can't go into the finale with such a heavy weight on my mind. One way or another, this drama ends now.
The TV goes off, and the queens are thankful that they don't have to interact with each other for much longer than necessary. Here's the sitch, queens. This week I feel like we all need a little bonding exercise. I think we're in the mood for a good old-fashioned bitch fest. And we're going to do it with puppets. Because everybody loves puppets.
I'm getting sick and tired of the queens going back and forth at each other like a pack of feral coyotes. When I had problems with a queen, I'd hash it out with them and deal with it like an adult. But I do have to admit, this was way more fun.
Daisy wins the mini challenge.
I might have had some easy ammunition by getting Judy as my puppet, but what can I say? The jokes write themselves with her, and it was definitely a nice change of pace to do the reading for once.
For this week's Maxi Challenge, we are having ourselves the first ever cartoon ball. You'll walk down the runway in 3 separate looks. The first look is Black and White Classics, which will have you showing off your best monochromatic runway. The second look is Modern Marvels, showing a look inspired by a popular cartoon of today. And your final look is Cel-shaded Covergirl Extravaganza, requiring your outfits to be made up entirely of animation cells. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Everything's been leading up to the ball. This is where my star will truly shine. If I can wow the judges with my design skills, they'll have no choice but to hand me the win. These girls better watch out, Cool Cat's going to take out her claws.
The ball? Oh honey, this is set in stone. Lorantis flopped the last design challenge, so I already know that she's going to be in the bottom. And even if I have to lip sync for my life, it's going to make sending her home all the sweeter. But considering Miss Waffle Fry is still in the competition, I'll probably just skate through without any worry. Top 4, here I come.
The queens all get to work on their designs, and Daisy is quick to gather the supplies needed to make her outfit. When Mrs. Potato Head asks what she's going to do with all of those cells, Daisy comments that she's not going to settle for second place anymore, and that she has a design so creative, so ambitious, so extravagant, that there'll be no choice but to give her the win for the ball. Mrs. Potato Head seems a bit skeptical of the idea, but supports Daisy, giving her space to work.
It's either now or never. I blow the judges away now, or else I'm basically competing for second place. There's no more room for error. I am going to win something, and if this dress design works out, there will be no doubt in my mind that I'll be the belle of the ball.
It's not that I don't trust Daisy to deliver on the runway, she almost always is, but I think she might be biting off a little more than she can chew. I don't know if the judges baiting her with that carrot on a stick for the entire season finally broke her or if she's just now tapping into some secret forbidden drag technique or something, but I have my doubts that she's going to do well.
Meanwhile, Jade is by herself, looking at all 3 of her runways, and realizing that even if she makes one of the best original designs, her 2 other looks may not be up to par, and she quickly starts to scramble, working on 3 looks at once. The other queens start to steal looks over at her, wondering if she's letting the stress of the competition get to her at last. Jade notices the other eyes on her, and she says that this is nothing, saying sometimes she has to make 4 or more outfits from scratch at home. This garners some cheers from Daisy and Lorantis, and Mrs. Potato Head starts to think that all of the other queens have started to lose their minds.
I am taking every single precaution I can to make sure that my ball package is the best one out there. It'll also reflect better on me if they notice that I've maximized my productivity and basically made 3 new looks instead of just 1. These girls are going to have a massive run for their money if they even think about beating me this week.
Is there some sort of fever going around the workroom? Jade's trying to make 3 runway looks when we barely have time to do one. Between Jade and Daisy's workaholic mindsets and the 2 other queens being at each other's throats, I might just be the only sane queen left. God help me.
On the other end of the workroom, Lurantis walks over to Judy and immediately tells her that she's sorry for how she treated her that first week, and that she hopes that going forward from this season, she hopes that they can have a positive working relationship. She even offers to extend one final offer of peace, asking Judy if she wants any help with her original design. Judy stubbornly refuses, saying that it's too little, too late, and that she should have offered sooner if she wanted to be her friend in this competition. Lurantis sighs and gets back to work on her runway, leaving Judy alone for the final time.
I was distracted for most of this challenge, trying to think of a way to talk to Judy about everything that's been happening these past few weeks, and decided to bite the bullet. But if she isn't ready to accept my apology now, I don't think she ever will. I guess I just can't force her to like me, or even tolerate me. But it's over now. I've tried everything I can with her, and I'm ready to move on. It's time to focus on what actually matters, the crown.
Lurantis actually tried to offer help to me this late in the competition. Does she really care about our relationship that much? No, this is just a last-ditch effort to try and snare me into her trap. If she's trying to throw me off my fire to beat her and take the crown, she's poorly mistaken. I'm not going to let her shake me, and I'm going to prove to her that I've been keeping it real more than she ever has.
As the queens finish their preparations, Mrs. Potato Head notices that her design is falling apart, and she begins to panic, starting to set in some quick fixes in order to keep it from deteriorating any further. She seems disappointed in her outfit not being as strong as she would have liked it to be, but is reassured by most of the other queens that her outfit design is very strong, and that she should be proud of what she has made.
I don't think I anticipated how fragile some of those animation cells can be, and I felt my dress practically disintegrate. I had no clue what to do with so little time remaining, but I know that there's nothing I can really do but make it work, even if there's much less to work with than I thought.
Princess Daisy had a great performance. Mrs. Potato Head, Lurantis, and Jade had a good performance.
I think that I had a solid presentation. The CoverGirl extravaganza fit the bill, and I don't think the judges seemed disappointed with my other 2 runways, so I thought that I was going to be a contender. But then I saw Daisy's runway, and I was completely speechless. I don't know how she got the silhouette to look like that, but I was shook. Absolutely breathtaking. I need to ask her how she pulled it off.
I thought that I managed to pull off a gorgeous display on that runway, and then Daisy entered with a true masterpiece. If I had a jaw, it would have fallen on the floor at that moment. I think it's obvious who's going to win this challenge, but it'll be pretty tough to figure out how everyone else is going to fare. Well, almost everyone.
Judy Jetson had a bad performance.
So the judges didn't seem wowed by my runways. That's fine. I know that they're going to put Lurantis and I in the bottom too, and you already know how it's going to go from there. I win the lip sync, she goes home, I go to the finale as the lip sync assassin of the season, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. I can't wait for justice to be served on that runway.
Welcome to the main stage of Drag Race Toontown. Let's meet our judges. First, our resident panelist, my best friend, it's Monique. And our guest judge, style superstar and fashion legend, it's Raja. Now let the judging commence. Ladies, this is one of the toughest challenges we've ever had to judge, and we commend you all on trying your best to wow us. We have made some very tough decisions. Princess Daisy, your cel-shaded CoverGirl extravaganza was a bona fide success, and I think I can safely speak for all of us when I say this is one of the best designs we have ever seen on this runway. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's Maxi Challenge, and have earned your spot in the grand finale.
Oh my god, I'm absolutely speechless. I've been waiting for this moment for so long, I can't believe it. I finally won a challenge. I'm going to the finale. This is so perfect, thank you Kim, yes 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 yes. I did it, I finally did it.
Jade, your runway presentations have disappointed in the past, but in the ball, you have shown that you were able to put together 3 cohesive and stylish looks. Congratulations, you are also moving on to the grand finale.
Thank you so much, Kim. I'm floored that I was able to make it as far as I can go, and even with a few stumbles here and there, I proved that I earned my spot in the top 4. All I can do now is take a short break, and give it everything I got to win the whole thing.
Judy Jetson, we felt as though your extravaganza fell short, and your other runway looks seemed like they didn't make it out of storyboarding. I'm sorry, my dear, but you were up for elimination. Mrs. Potato Head, Laurantis, both of your ball looks were decent, but one of you just edged out the other when it came to your originality. Mrs. Potato Head. I'm sorry, my dear, but you were up for elimination. Laurantis, congratulations, you are moving on to the grand finale.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful that I was able to prove my worth, and now I'm finally here, at the top 4. This wasn't the journey that I had envisioned for myself when I first came here, but what matters is that I made it to the end. I can hardly believe that I made it to the finale. But I know for a fact that I earned it. Thank you, Kim.
2 queens stand before me. Ladies, prior to tonight, you were asked to prepare a lip-sync performance to The Proud Family by Destiny's Child featuring Solange. This is your last chance to impress us and earn your spot. In the grand finale, the time has come for you to lip-sync for your life.
Round 3, and this one's for all the marbles. I know for a fact that I belong in that top 4 more than Judy does, and if she thinks that she's going to beat me in a lip sync, she has another thing coming. I am the final obstacle. Bring it on.
This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to fight Laurantis for the final spot. I was supposed to beat her and send her home. I was supposed to prove to the world that I was better. This doesn't make sense. Oh my god, it's over. It's so over.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up. Mrs. Potato Head had a great lip sync. Judy Jetson lost their heels and had a bad lip sync. I've made my decision. Mrs. Potato Head, Shantae, you stay. Congratulations, you are moving on to the grand finale. Judy Jetson, you were truly a 22nd century kinda girl, and you had us all looking forward to seeing the future of drag. Remember not to dwell on the past, look to the future, and most importantly, live in the present. Now sashay away.
Am I the villain? Am I the drama? You're damn right I was. And this season would have sucked without me. Thanks for giving me a platform. I won't let you down.
My top 4, congratulations on making it this far. Next week, one of you will be winning the title of Toontown's next drag superstar. But first, I want to hear from the fans at home. Who are you rooting for? Are you Team Princess Daisy? Team Laurantis? Team Jade? Or Team Mrs. Potato Head? Let me know down in the comments below, and stay tuned for the grand finale. Now, ladies, feel free to untuck for the last time, you've more than earned it.
This is Untucked.
The queens all relax backstage, congratulating Daisy on winning the final challenge, and Mrs. Potato Head for winning the last lip sync for your life. However, all 4 queens quickly cheer as they have finally made it to the finale. They all start to celebrate and quickly raise a toast. All 4 queens cheer and say, "To the top 4, with Mrs. Potato Head chiming in and adding, "And no more drama." All the queens laugh and toast their glasses. Production rewards the queens and wheel in the TV with videos from home for all the finalists. Mrs. Potato Head spots one of her good pals from home, Jessie, and quickly tears up when she hears her saying that she's one of the rudest, tootinest drag queens there is, and that she better take home the crown for them. The TV then switches to Daisy's boyfriend, Luigi, who seems to be more of the silent type, but he holds up a sign that says, "Daisy is my drag superstar, my eternal flower, and the love of my life." All the other queens are touched by the heartfelt message, and Daisy begins to ugly cry, saying that she can't believe he would go that far just for her. The TV switches to Jade's friends back home, Chloe, Yasmin, and Sasha, who all cheer her on and say that they're Team Cool Cat, letting them all know that they're definitely bringing this title back home to Stylesville. Jade grins from ear to ear, ecstatic to see her best friends on the screen, and saying that she's dedicated to winning it for them. The TV finally switches to cartoon Drag Race alumni, Faramosa, who lets Laurantis know how proud she is of her, and that she hopes that once she brings home the crown, she will truly come into her own, and be a drag queen at their highest stage of evolution. Laurantis feels her eyes well up with tears, and gets consoled by all of the queens there. She mentions that she's so glad that this was the top 4 she's a part of, and she wouldn't change it for anything in the world. All of the queens cheer and party for the rest of the night.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.
That wasn't too bad. But if this is your top 4, I can only imagine how much of a boot the rest of the season was.